All I have is the title for this video, How to Stay Calm in the Coronavirus Crisis. I tried recording it the other night and I have a few suggestions, but it just didn't feel right. I had a few goes at it and I just gave up and went to bed. And this morning I thought this would work more effectively as a group exercise. So I've got some ideas and I'll give one or two ideas in a moment, but we're going through this together. It's something that's affecting us all equally. And so we've all got equally valuable and valid ideas. So let's use the comments section below and you can give your advice to the world. I don't know how many people are going to find this. People can respond to that, obviously. You can respond to other people and we can just see how we're going to do this. How we're going to stay calm. I think staying calm is going to be an important skill to practice or develop. I can tell you that I am very calm about this whole thing. I am one of those people who's seen a crisis coming for pretty much the whole of my life. It may go with my personality type. I don't know if you've come across the MBTI, the Myers-Briggs type indicator, personality type indicator. Really, really interesting if you haven't come across this. So it basically says that there are 16 different types of personality among us humans. And you can be skeptical about that. That's fine. I think I probably was. And you take a test. I think the website is 16personalities.com. And it takes, 10 minutes or so to do this test. And some of the questions are very difficult to answer. I've done it a couple of times. And I ended up as a personality type, which is called INFP. You then can find videos about your personality type on YouTube. It's a very interesting rabbit hole to go down. You realize that some of the things that you think are unique to you, or I found this, some of the things that are you think are unique to you are common to whatever 4-5% of the population. There are obviously Facebook groups that are relevant to your personality type, and it's really a lovely thing. You find it's kind of like finding your tribe, or at least your family, and I found the whole thing fascinating. So anyway, that's the MBTI thing. That's not what I started doing this to talk about, but there you go. So getting back to the subject of the video, so how to stay calm. This is not my first crisis. It's my first crisis of this type. It may not be the last crisis, by the way. There may be other crises coming, but it's the one that we're in right now. And the now part of what I just said there is very important. Maybe this is where I do a little bit of a personal reveal. So 3.5 years ago, I had a very significant crisis in my personal life. And that led me, I'll talk about that in a future video, but that led me to a point of discovering what's been hidden in front of our faces the whole time, which is what you've heard talked about, the present moment, the now, which is the only time that we're actually alive. This is a subject that we'll explore more deeply in future videos. And what the now, or what living in the now allows you to do, is to live more fully, more completely. And so you don't spend your time worrying about the future, because it never arrives the way that you imagine it's going to be. So it's actually a waste of time to think about what might happen. And that generates anxiety, and it's actually pointless. It's not where we are. It's a distraction that your mind generates to take your attention away from the present moment, which is the only time we're ever in. Equally, sometimes we think about the past. We can spend days and weeks, months, years, lifetimes thinking about the past and regretting what we did, thinking, oh, we should have said that differently. Again, it's all just a distraction of the mind. So what the now and the practice of being in the now gives you is a huge sense of peace. As you can imagine, if you're not worried for a moment about what's going to happen, what has happened, you just sit, stand, whatever, you just be with the present moment. There are various techniques you can use. I use listening, just try and hear things that have been going on. You might be able to hear some birds singing in the background. I'm on the edge of some woodland here, so I have birds and other animals to make noises, which is very lovely. If not that, then obviously wind and rain. Anyway, so the suggestion that I'm going to put forward to kick off this debate, and I really would love to see some dialogue in the comments section. Again, like I say, I don't know how many people are going to find this, but you're listening to it. Fantastic. If it's just you and me talking, that's great. If you've got any questions, again, that's great. I am, as you can hear, a guy. I'm also a sort of middle-aged guy, and I am very aware that middle-aged guys have hogged the debate, have hogged power for a very long time. I'm conscious of that, and I'm not going to abuse my position. I'm sensitive to, it's one of the getting back to the personality types, one of the attributes of the personality type that I have is a sensibility towards other people and a level of intuitive understanding about where other people are coming from. In your case, you, obviously, wherever you live. So my suggestion is to spend 15 minutes. Now we all have the luxury of time without pressures of necessarily, unless you're in the health, your work is in the health side or the sort of emergency and the caring professions, in which case I put my hand on my heart and love what you're doing. Thank you very much. On behalf of the people that you're helping, thank you, bless you, and I wish you all the strength and health in the world. One of the steps you can do, and you've heard the word meditation, and let's use the word meditation because we have a rough idea of what that means. Put aside 15 minutes during the day. Ideally, you can start with less. And sit, if you can, or lie down, and just remember that you're breathing, and move your attention from where it is in your mind to where the breath is in the body. Now, your breathing might be habitually in your chest. You might breathe quite high and fast. One of the techniques is to breathe more deeply. So you really want your belly or your gut area, your sort of lower belly to move when you breathe. And so see if you can put your attention on that and see how your belly is moving. When you move your attention from your mind into your body, into the sensations of breathing, your anxiety will lessen. Eventually it will disappear completely. And you can do that all the time. Every breath is an opportunity to find the present moment, realize that you're alive. It sounds like a very obvious idea. It is very obvious. But because we spend so much time in our thoughts about the future or the past, we miss the present. And the present is where we are. It's the only time that we ever are. And if we are spending our time thinking about the future or the past, then we're missing being alive. And this is what we're here for. We're here to be alive. We're here to live fully And that's probably where I should wrap the video up. And we can talk as well in the comments section. So thank you very much for listening. Stay well and see you again soon.